Good day, everybody. It's Dr. A back in the garden talking about some of my favorite plants. There are so many favorite plants. Often I'm asked what plant really turns you on, and I essentially answer the one I'm looking at right now. But there are plants that when my daughters ask me or friends ask me what they should plant, I ask a few questions about sunshade, etc., etc. But I always come back to some of these favorite, really tough but beautiful plants that almost anybody can have in their garden. Plants that I can recommend to anybody who is looking for a little success, and plants that do well in most gardens in most parts of the country. Today I want to share with you a story of a common name of a plant which some of you just love and others of you really don't love anymore. The common name is Dame's rocket. And Dame's rocket is all over the place in some areas, particularly in the Midwest and Northeast and into southern Canada. Dame's rocket seems to be everywhere. It is a plant that has a spectacular evening fragrance. And the name of the plant botanically is Hesperis, Hesperis. And those of you who love Hesperis love it for the evening fragrance, for the various colors, and for its ease of growing. Those of you who don't like Hesperis is because you find it is so aggressive. It actually may take over part of the sunny garden, and then if you look around, it may all of a sudden be in the meadow or the pasture or by the side of the road. And in that particular case, it's getting to be almost invasive. However, its common name is kind of interesting. The botanical name, as I mentioned, is Hesperis. Its other name is Hesperis matronalis. And the matronalis is of matrons or of ladies, of women. And Hesperis means of the evening. So the fact that the of the evening is referring to the fragrance of the flowers in the evening. And of course, matronalis means matrons, and probably in this particular case refers to a lady's use of perfumes. But Dame's rocket is also known as Dame's violet and mother of the evening. And I guess those make sense. Again, we're talking about the whole mothers and ladies thing, but why a rocket? Rockets as we know them today, the boom, 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 and all of those cool things about rockets certainly did not exist when these plants were named. But it turns out that the rocket name may have come from a vegetable. This particular plant, Hesperis, is in the mustard family. And the young leaves are rich in vitamin C and can be eaten raw. They actually are a substitute for cress in salads. One of the prominent members of the family is arugula. I don't know if you like arugula or not, but it's a plant very similar in leaf to Hesperis. The old French name for arugula, still used in many seed catalogs today, is roquette. And it could very well be that the English simply took liberties with the French name, as they did with many names from France, and Dame's rocket, Dame's roquette, was coined. And that particular plant, Hesperis, love it or not, is probably best known as Dame's rocket, and it is a fabulous plant. But don't plant it in your garden if you don't want it to be where it wasn't originally planted. In the garden, or where we see Dame's rocket, is mostly in the Midwest, Northeast, and in, as I mentioned, southern Canada, Southeast Canada. It's a handsome meadow plant. It really is. It can be a pernicious roadside weed, depending on your point of view. There is no doubt about its invasive qualities. Seeds are abundantly produced and dispersed. In fact, one reason it's so plentiful that many wildflower mixes, you can buy those anywhere, often contain Dame's rocket. To be sure, I would not recommend planting in the garden unless vigilance is your middle name, but enjoy seeing it on the roadside or in the meadows. It's cold hardy to USDA Zone 3, They do poorly in the south, don't even worry about them, but it's a cool plant with a great name. I hope you have enjoyed today's story as much as I've enjoyed sharing it with you. Thank you for listening. For more information and more stories, go to my website, www.alanarmitage.net. If you go to the bookstore, you will see one of my most popular books, Naked Ladies and Forget-Me-Nots, How Plants Get Their Common Names. And another wonderfully popular book is Legends in the Garden. Who in the world is Nellie Stevens? These and other books on the website I think you will enjoy, and I hope you have a chance to take a look at them. Once again, thank you for listening, and I look forward to sharing another story with you next week.